so here's your guys' probably first look at our 856. You might have seen it sitting back in the shed, but we haven't really looked at it. We're going to use it to grind feed today. We got this tractor last fall, late in the year, so we haven't really used it for any farm work yet. Seems to be a good tractor. It's in good shape, runs good. So we're gonna put it to work today. Okay, we're gonna be grinding out of this 350 bushel wagon today. That's gonna be our last wagon, and then we'll be grinding out of the ear corn crib over there after today. So I've went over it before. If you want a full detailed list, go back and check out my other grinding cattle feed video. Probably 2 grinding feed videos ago. It was labeled Part 2, grinding cattle feed. For every tank load, which is roughly 5,000 pounds, 4,500 to 5,000 pounds of ear corn, we use 6 50-pound bags of 47.5% soybean meal. And then we use 15 pounds of Gro-Tec yeast. We use 8 pounds of mix and fine salt. And we use 75 pounds of Agland Beef Maker 6. And that will make about 5,000 pounds of cattle feed. We feed our cattle 14 pounds of feed a day. It's good, and then all the hay they can eat. It's a good ration. So, get to grinding cattle feed. Like I say, there's a more in-detailed look at everything if you go back and watch one of my old videos. Alright, so we got enough here for about 3.5 loads. Just got feed everywhere, buckets, because we got that 350 bushel wagon. I'm not sure exactly how many loads we're going to get off of it. It's pretty full though, about as full as you can get it mounted up. So gonna get that tractor fired back up and just start grinding. I don't know if you can see those, but decent sized flock of geese flying over there. Too bad it's after season. Man, I'd love to be hunting them. Oh, there they are. Right over top. Could have a field spread out back right now. Alright, so first load is done. We're using the 856 to pull the feed wagon. With how muddy it is, it's hard to back the wagon up with the bale of hay on it with the 560. You've seen me do that before, so we just use the 856 to pull the feed wagon, and then the 560 is for round bales. So rather than walk out and get that, I just hooked my truck up to the feed wagon. I just need to be able to maneuver it forward and backward. That way we can get it evenly full. I imagine this wagon's going to be pretty full. I'm going to get it about as full as you can, and then I'll have a tank full. And I don't know if that'll empty that wagon or not. There's a lot of corn on that wagon. So as you've probably been able to see, we got quite a bit of snow still on the ground. It's melting off on all the hills, but all the low areas still have plenty of snow. But it's 50 degrees, so t-shirt weather. Feels pretty nice out here after all that cold winter. I was actually sweating when I was running around loading up the truck in a t-shirt, so hopefully we're about out of the cold. I'm sure we still got one more cold snap, but that's alright. I think we're pretty much past it. Alright, so as you can see there, that chain just came off. Sprocket back there, it runs the hammer mill, so it clogged up, and now I'm just going to pull this cover off. Just a bolt there and a bolt there. Pull those nuts off, and then I should just be able to take that chain apart and slide it back on there, no problem. Alright, so chain's back on. Gonna probably clean some of that corn out. I don't know how it'll like starting up with all that corn in there, and then I'll fire it up. Alright, load number 2, getting unloaded right now. I got that chain fixed, I just got to put this cover back on. I wanted to make sure everything was going to work before I did that. It seems to be working, so after I unload this, I'll put that cover back on, just a safety shield. Got that unloading, and the sun's finally coming out, so that'll make it real nice out here. This wagon's gonna be full. Gonna probably fit another half a load on it after that one, but we're definitely not fitting that entire 350 bushels. Alright, so there's load number 3 being unloaded. As you can see, there's not a lot of room left on this wagon. I doubt we're gonna fit all of it, but that's all that's left in here, so hopefully we can get that much corn out of the grinder, so that way I can empty this big wagon and haul it out back and not be taking up shed space for 20 bushel of corn. Alright, so I'm going to put that cover back on. I'm done grinding. Got a tank load. Just got to pull ahead a little bit to be able to swing that in. I think that's about as full as it's going to get. I got all that 350 bushel between that wagon right there and in the grinder. It's a full load, almost a full load. It's probably 9/10 of the way full. Got the PTO off, so I'm going to back the grinder up into the shed. Then I'm going to come around, take my truck off that, hook up the 856 back to it, take that out, and then I just got to go get rid of that 350 bushel wagon. That's probably the fullest that wagon's ever been. Probably the fullest it ever will be. It's just about spilling over the sides. Any fuller and it would be. So, get it put away in the barn up there. Take the 1486 back up, put it in the shed in front of the grinder. It had a back plate on it, so that's why I didn't use it to grind. And then go get my truck and run that empty gravity flow wagon out here, put it in our equipment lot, and then I'll probably run out and check the brood cows, and that'll be a video. That end down there keeps catching. There we go. So that was your first look at our new to us 856. I mean, we've had it for a few months, but we haven't really used it much because we got it after harvest season, and it's not quite tillage time yet. Hopefully with this warm weather, ground will start thawing out. Appears to be a good tractor. Ran good. Obviously it didn't have any problem running the feed grinder. You could probably run the feed grinder with a tractor half that size. But no hiccups, ran good. Go put this tractor away now. 1486. We had the back plate on the 14 for plowing snow. The snow was getting so deep over here you couldn't hardly make it out to feed the cows. Pulling the feed wagon and getting round bales. We had a pretty good amount of snow, and then it was drifting, so we had to plow some of the snow out of the way. And I just didn't feel like unhooking the back blade today, so I just used the 856 to grind feed. Well, just out here checking out the brood cows. Can tell it's definitely getting close to calving season. I mean, look how fat these things are. Big, healthy heifers. Well, cows. You've had a couple of calves. So, that's where I'll leave you guys. All the cows are taken care of. These guys aren't hungry. They've had a round bale out here for 3 or 4 days now, and it's only half eaten, so they're enough snow, or most of the snow's melted, so they're finding plenty of food. Help her out. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Every single one helps out. Have a good one.